Hello everyone, welcome back for another episode on the World of Otium server. We are back here again in the High Elf area, and we're doing some landscaping. You can see what we did last episode there behind me. And we are going to finish this up with some custom trees, some custom gardens, flower boxes, and that kind of thing to really sort of tie this area together, I hope. Sort of get that last little thing in there. Hoping Mad Dog is going to appreciate what we got done. I'm really, the more that I sit here and stare back at that landscaping up there and that changes on the hillside, I'm really digging what's going on there with the terracotta and so forth. But we are ready to go. I have got some logs and we're going to get to making some trees. So let me get some first pieces planted, where we're going to put some trees and what we're going to do with them. And then I'll be back with you here in a bit. Welcome back. So I just got out of bed, and yeah, I was staring at this guy, and the funniest thing is when I went into bed, that was my message. A wandering nerd has hit the hay. I think this guy was looking for something to eat. All right, so what we are going to do, I need to pull that box. We're going to be going back and forth quite a bit today, I think. Up and down, at least on this first one. And I need to get me some birch, oak leaves. All right. So we're going to start up on the top here, and that's going to be the first one that we want to do. And I want this tree. Oh, he'll despawn. To start up here. Some of these I'm gonna have to probably chop down after we and turn it into the true logs. Set up a tree right here. Goes to the into the side here. I guess axe. Pick that one up. That one there. I have leaves on the top of this one. But let's go ahead. Replace that with a birch log anyway. That. Oh well. Oh, we need to do these bottom ones too. Ugh. Man, really? Yeah, really. Now that I'm looking at it, I should have done the whole thing in he's called birch wood, birch log. Wood here. All right, let's go take a quick look what this looks like from a tree perspective. All right. so I want this to bush out, cover that area. I think that's going to look pretty good. All right, so I think good shape there. And what I want to do with this, all the way up to the top there, is I want to have this with kind of an acacia feel. All right, so let's strip this sucker first. Kind of an acacia feel to it. I want to go right up against the side of the logs here. I want it to be really tight to this. And we're going to do our classic sort of fill in first and then come back afterwards approach to feather fall for the strip. Now there we go. Not very full, unfortunately. Have a very full looking tree, which I'm kind of okay with. I do want it to look kind of full, but that's okay. We're going to get some vines on there as well. That's coming. And then I want to have another one right here. Not quite as... Now we're going to do that. This... Down with these. This is the trick with the... Go up this. As well as down below. Sort of fill it out a little bit. Go. And... This is where we get to have... Alright, so... Torch. I may come back and use a glowstone. Fully decided on what I want to do for the lighting in here. I do know that some of this shrub work in here is going to be different leaves and just put birch. Oh man, I am just not with it today. It's been a long day. Did I? There's a spruce. Got a different shade of green in some of these spots. Oh. All right, so now what we want to do, got some of these spruce. I just want to pull this torch out and grab some oak leaves as well. Thorough mix of different types of different leaves give it different textures and feels. That's kind of the one of the other benefits of this. So let's do this here. Just get all of our leaves are spruce. I'm gonna mix up the leaves, give them a little bit different textures and feels. Go take it down here and take a look at what we've got. Yeah, I'm liking that. I really, really, really am. It's not that fancy. It's not meant to be super fancy. I like the different colors of the leaves. That's why we got to go back up to the top one and get that taken care of as well. That really, really does give it a nice look and feel up there. The different leaves. Really allows that texture to start showing through, and that's really what any custom tree is about texture. How do I make this look, feel slightly different than the classic tree? How do I make it different, but still, when somebody comes by, they go, "Oh yeah, yeah, that's a tree. We know it's a tree. It's all a good tree. No question about that." All right. So one of the things is I want to work this into the side a little bit. There, I wanted those in that. I don't like that. All right. So we got some of this up here, and I think this is sort of the feel that we want up here. Now let's get our shovel on our toolbar. Trample down some of this back here. That's where this is. We're going to want to take down some of this. We do have some light out here, but we don't have a lot. And we're going to need a little bit of bone meal. There. You're not even going to notice these from down below at all, I don't think. You don't even notice really those half blocks other than that one right there. But you kind of do. We will see them once we start doing some other. I'm going to put some white up there. We don't need the terracotta anymore. We want to put some there. Put a rose bush up there as well, just for a little bit of contrast. Bone meal, some things. But let's get some sleep in here before we invite some creepers to come and get us like we did earlier. Give me a bit of a start. A lot of times I'll prefer to, when working with leaves and with a bone meal to get grass, I like to just take grass and just apply it because I can get a little bit better control out of it on where it all comes in and shows up at, and that's the hard part about using the bone meal up here. So we want to put one here, and we're going to have a couple of blue or sort of smattered around up here. And over to here. Sort of draw our eye up. That one right there. And this is going to be kind of the flower for this area. Not just this area, but hopefully talk Mad Dog into using it in a lot of other areas, as a lot of the rest of this area as well. I have no problem helping him collect it out there at the witch farm. Oh, see those pops of color? Look at that. Just the one white one that just pops out. Absolutely gorgeous. Really, really do like the way that that looks. Up there on the side there, it just adds that green to it. Now we're going to put our next tree in. And we've got our logs in here. And I'm just going to do this. Half of them. Probably going to need to do them anyway. What we want to do is we want to put a tree in here. We're going to take a little bit stylistically from this one. It's very, very manicured, which is nice. But it's not tree. That's the only problem I have with what Wallace has there. Or Mad Dog has there, is that it's not as much tree as sort of a natural growth tree. We've got our rock here that we did in our last episode, and we're going to put our tree right here. I'm going to do super simple, just sort of a tall tree right there. I'm gonna strip this all down. I might come back after the spruce buttons. I might have to go steal some spruce. But I was thinking maybe oak might be better. I may have to play with that and see what we think on that one. This tree up here has got the 2 layers, and I don't really want that for this one. So we're gonna grab do this first. Let's empty our elite. Have a mess, and let's go grab a bunch of. Go grab 3 stacks of. We're gonna put these flowers back. This one. Remember this yellow one from the last episode where we had the special yellow flower, the one. I didn't bring any yellow. I'm going to set 1 yellow one in a pot over there on the blue marker just for Mad Dog. Because we were out here. Alright, so what I'm going to do here, start off like this. Super simple. Basic tree. We're going to do this, like I said, in his style that he's got over there. But we're going to put our own little tweak on it. Because, like I said, trees can be manicured and shaped like that. I don't want to go that way necessarily. Alright, so let's get up to the top of this sucker. This today. Today it wasn't so good. Yes. Alright, so we're going to do this square one more time up. Alright. And what I want to do, this one I want to branch out, actually. I only want to bring it out here. Original 3 sides. Go. Then cross into it like that. Not very fancy, but the reason is I'm going to do that, that. We have a very manicured look to it. Very, whoa. Sorry about that. I gotta get that sucker turned off more consistently. I have it set so when I flip it over, it turns off automatically, but even when I turn it over, sometimes it turns back on. It's a problem with Androids from time to time. But all right, back to our tree here. It's a very manicured shape and look, but unfortunately, like we got a good shape to it. I think an interesting shape for sure. But now we want to add some tree to it, and what that means to me is that let's go grab some. I think oak is the primary. Is that it needs to be tree. That means that got its own shapes to it, its own feels to it, as it were. That because they're gonna grow. And you can get the manicure down and control them as much as you want. Trees are still trees. They're gonna droop. They're gonna hang. They're gonna, they're gonna pull back a little bit here and there. They're gonna have holes in them where they don't quite. They're no longer quite uniform or straight or anything like that. And guess what? That's okay. There's nothing wrong with those kind of adjustments and changes into the tree. It's what adds its own little flair to a custom tree that you don't get on a standard Minecraft tree. They are all a little bit different. That's what makes custom trees so much fun to do, is that they are all a little different, each one of them. Take a look at that. All right, so a little bulky here on the front edge. So let's purl out and get up here. So this is a little heavy. Squarish. That out. That. That in there. And I like the birch leaf because it always has a natural, it has a certain green no matter what biome you place it in. That's why I do a lot of my custom trees out of birch leaf. But to be honest with you, it can be a little harsh sometimes as well. So oak leaves are really, really good as well. So are spruce leaves. Liking the way that that sucker's looking. I do want some shape, some controlled shape to it. I think that's what's necessary out there in this area. But it needs to have some natural look to it. Like in there. There we go. A little bit better. But I think that's all the same leaf there. Yeah, it is. Let's go in. Let's just do it. Cool. All right, let's take a look here. Yeah, kind of liking that. As you're walking down here, you can kind of see that one and this one as well. I do like that. I do like how that feels. So, I have one little trick. I think I brought it. I don't have what I wanted. Not sure how I'm gonna make that work. I don't think I can actually, the more that I think about it. I was hoping to take, and if you guys have got suggestions, definitely tweet them at me or give me a comment. You can place these fans and this coral out of water as long as it's on a waterlogged block. And what I was wondering is could I put a piece of sandstone stair or something in here where it's facing backwards? Let's say that one. Facing backwards, waterlog it, and then place the coral on it so that you had some color in the tree. If you guys have an idea on how to do that, let me know. I love to do that. Add some color into the trees themselves, since it's a little harder to do. So gonna try that. All right, so let me do some work here. I need to knock out the flowers and the pathway here along this area. This is the door to the house. I want to make sure that we have a nice little pathway entrance here, some kind, as well as from this one here. So I have to move my work. But I'm liking the way that this is looking. I want to finish up the ground cover and the leaves over here. And take another stab at maybe cleaning up this tree to get some ideas. But I do like the way that this one is just sort of sitting there back in here, tucked away, and that one up at the top as well. So let me get some ground cover, some lighting in here. And I'm back with you guys here in just a bit. All right, welcome back. So we've got things started, got things going here. We did a little bit of work. Got this stuff finished up over here. I'm gonna show you real quick, but I sort of finished it up mostly because I didn't realize how long I had droned on the previous little cut there. But yeah. All right, so still got some more work to do. So I left all this sign up here. I did change this one. It says stage 1 was done to the left and left him our flower. So this is what I got going here. So we left his tree in place. It's just not a bad tree. I didn't build up any rocks around ours, but I do like that. Rocks are underground as well. And then put out these planter boxes where I'm using other colors, but I'm still getting that blue in everywhere, which I really liked. Then we put up some shrubbery around here. I got the roses in the back, just a spot of red, just a different color. And did work some lighting into the grounds in and around here, around the back as well. Back out to the roadway and take a look at what we got finished up here. Got a roof llama right there, and this is what we got here, which I really liked. I really think this turned out really well. hill, the spotty hill with the different shades of brown and different shades of gray. Our 2 trees, and just got flowers darted around, lighting up everywhere. Put up the roses on the corners of all these houses, and planter boxes back here, just sort of to finish this in, and got rid of the stone in this wall here, this cliffside here, as well. I didn't want to put any rocks in this side. I didn't think it made sense since there wasn't an outhang or an overcropping. And I really do like the blue. I think the blue really, with this overall theme in this area, really adds the nice sharp contrast with those flowers out over here. It really turned out really well. Got some more work to do. I think I'm gonna do a similar style over here as far as the planter boxes and a couple of trees. I'm thinking at least one tree, like right here, and sort of shave some of this down and get some greenery in here. Maybe put another tree hanging off of an outcropping over here as well. I'm gonna work on that. Probably not gonna do that on camera unless you guys want to see me do that. Work on this area here, another tree. So I've got at least 2 trees here. I moved all my supplies over to here, and I got to work on this one. This one's going to be a little bit more difficult. I'm not really sure what I want to do here, because this is almost like a formal garden presentation area. So what I may do, and I'm thinking about this, I'm going to have to do this off camera and do the design, is like on this level, this blue block and this blue block here. I may do a tree that sort of arcs across the front of the walkway here. So he's got this entrance here on the diagonal, and I was thinking of doing maybe a tree that arcs over and across, so the branches intertwine above the arc of the walkway, and then do more flowers and so forth over here. I'm still going to experiment with getting coral into the trees if I can, but we'll see what happens. That one finished up some of the, I put the same shrubbery and lighting over here just sort of to tie this all in. I need to get some bone meal and probably get some things up and around here, maybe a single planter box, and some of the blue lilies, blue lilacs, whatever they are, planted up and around over here. I got tons of them over there, so we should be good to go. But that is what I've got for everybody today. Thank you very much. I'd love to hear your guys' feedback, comments. Do you like these kind of buildy videos, especially with the landscaping and the custom trees? Leave me a comment down below. That's weird. Leave me a comment down below or find me on Twitter at @AWanderingNerd. If you like today's video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to see more like that, definitely subscribe. So, until next time, this is the Wandering Nerd.